Today, we're going to talk about your nose and nasal hygiene. Your nose is essential for conditioning the air you breathe and for maintaining a disease-free body. You probably heard me say at one time or another, you can't survive without oxygen for more than 6 minutes. You may not be aware of it, but your nose plays a major role in getting your body the oxygen it requires and conditioning the air that you breathe in. From a very young age, we learned the importance of dental hygiene. As critical as dental health is to our well-being, the same goes for nasal health too. Most often we tend to ignore a lot of things when it comes to our mouths. However, since the COVID-19 pandemic and new habits that came from prolonged mask wearing, we've looked at mouth breathing and nasal hygiene through a different lens. We are witnessing a radical change and people are becoming increasingly more conscious and aware of it. Why is nasal hygiene important? First, your nose warms, humidifies, regulates the air that you inhale, preparing for the exchange of oxygen and CO2 and nitric oxide, and what happens in the lungs. Secondly, it acts as a filter to remove dust particles, viruses, bacteria, and other particulates in the air that help prevent congestion, infection, and illness. Since our nostrils are exposed to the environmental air that we breathe in, it can become an accumulation of where dust, pollen, bacteria, virus, fungi, all kinds of stuff in your nasal cavity accumulate, and then it goes into your lungs, which is why they swabbed your nose for COVID, right? The presence of foreign substance can trigger multiple problems, infection, disease, and sickness. Your nose is the first line of defense against a lot of these substances if you're using it to breathe. So maintaining good nasal hygiene not only assists your nose in preparing the air that you take in, it also provides additional health benefits like enhancing your overall quality of life because you're getting more oxygen. Nasal hygiene involves keeping your nasal passages clean, clear, and moisturized. It enhances the other functions that your nose does, reduces congestion, disrupts inflammation, and anything that can cause irritation in your nose. When you're mouth breathing, it could irritate your throat, inflame your tonsils. So nose hygiene, unstuffing your nose, is going to help make it so it's easier to breathe through your nose, and then maybe you'll have less mouth breathing. You might find it easier to breathe through your nose, feel more energetic and more active as a result of being a nose breather, and it can eliminate more nose congestion. Nasal hygiene, just like dental hygiene, needs to be a part of your daily routine, especially if you're suffering from chronic sinus problems. I'm not talking about flushing your nose with a neti pot. I'm talking about even just putting one drop up each nostril. Practicing proper nasal hygiene can also help relieve allergy symptoms, reduce chances of an asthma attack. It can help you breathe better, feel better, sleep better, and perform at your best. By taking just a few minutes out of your day to rinse away the dust, particles, and bacteria out of your sinuses, you might notice an improvement in your ability to function better, think clearer, focus better, and it might help you even be more confident throughout the day. True nasal hygiene is the practice of keeping your sinuses clean, clear, and moisturized in order to enhance nose function to its peak performance. Rather than waiting for symptoms to flare up, you can take action and stay ahead of the suffering that might happen. If you're lying awake at night suffering from cold or flu, not being able to breathe, or seasonal allergy symptoms, there's a good chance you're losing sleep. You could be having dry mouth, a dry nose, a dry throat, getting up and going to the bathroom in the night, postnasal drip, running nose, wheezing, sneezing, coughing. Your first reaction might be to go to the pharmacy and pick up over-the-counter medication or vitamins. Although they might provide temporary relief, there are some alternatives you might want to consider that will hopefully improve not only your sleep, but it will help you rest better and breathe better during the day. So what is a sleep hygiene routine? A sleep routine consists of things that you do on a daily basis, morning and night, to help prepare you for better breathing and a good night's sleep. For example, maintaining a regular sleep schedule, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time each day. Almost impossible for me to do, but it is good, especially for kids. You might want to take some quiet time to relax and meditate, relieving stress at the end of the day before you go to bed. Avoid television, smartphones, and other distractions or things with blue light before you go to bed. Take a warm shower or a warm bath to help you relax. If you have a lot of mucus that builds up and creates postnasal drip, you might want to stay away from that warm glass of milk you're told might help you sleep better, right? Because that could cause more mucus and more nasal congestion or more postnasal drip. So stay away from the milk before bed. You can use a nasal rinse, clear drops, I recommend, to get rid of the excess mucus, dust, and allergen that could create more congestion, and inflammation. You can also tape your lips shut. That can help you breathe through your nose better. Before I was taping my lips shut, I thought that my nasal congestion was why I couldn't breathe. Now I know it was my mouth breathing and my body compensating, blocking off my nose so I could get more air in through my mouth. But I still wasn't getting good oxygen exchange because I wasn't using my nose. I was waking up with dark circles, waking up and going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, waking up to get a drink of water, having a dry, sore mouth, thinking I had bladder problems. I spent thousands of dollars with the urologist just to find out that it was actually my mouth that was waking me up and causing all of the problems that I was having. Glad that I know that now because I'm sleeping better. So other things that can cause dry sinus are cold, smoke, mouth breathing, blowing your nose too frequently and drying it out, overuse of an antihistamine or decongestants. They dry things out. Different weather changes, environmental conditions, poor air quality in your home, mold, air conditioning and heating can dry out your house, especially if you don't have a whole house humidifier, allergies, hay fever, non-allergic rhinitis, definitely certain medications like we talked about, or even surgeries. You could have had a surgery. You might have a deviated septum, polyps. You could have broken your nose. All of these things can contribute to why you might not be able to breathe through your nose and why nasal hygiene can help you breathe better. If you do have some of those things with your nose and you can't breathe through your nose for 3 minutes, I recommend you see an ENT and find out what the root cause is of what your dry nose is or your symptoms. Treatments of a dry mouth are going to be first, what is the cause? What is the root cause? Is it you have a cold? Is it because you have seasonal allergies? Is it because you're in a house of smoke? Is it because you have allergens, you're allergic to the cat or the dog? It's also a good idea to change your bedding, wash your pillows, but staying hydrated could really make a difference too. Many people ask me what's the best time to clear your nose. I recommend in the morning and at night before you go to bed. In the morning, you're going to wash all the stuff out that you've breathed in during the night. At night, you're going to rinse out all the pollutants that you've accumulated and breathed in during the day. So that's why I recommend that. It's going to help clear your nasal cavity both times before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning. So when you do it before you go to bed, hopefully you have a more restful sleep simply by adding a nasal rinse in your daily routine. For infants, I recommend the clear drops with a little elephant on the bottle. You can do it in morning, at night. You can do it when you change their diaper because it's going to help them breathe better. You know how kids get all nasally and get that mucus and you use that little ball to suck out the boogers and stuff? Doing that is going to help them get used to it and desensitize them, putting drops in their nose, sucking their stuff out, touching their mouth and their face. If nasal hygiene is not working for you, I would definitely recommend seeking a professional. When you practice good nasal hygiene, you can find out that you might get sick less often. Your illnesses last for a shorter duration, a shorter period of time. They're more manageable. You might find out that you feel better because you sleep better. And in vice versa, when you sleep better, you feel better. So that's where nasal hygiene is going to be beneficial, help you out. And it's really important, just as important as your dental hygiene routine. This is just one of the things that I'm sharing. I have a Healthy Mouth Academy now that I just released. I had some moms ask if I could put all of this stuff that I've been recording over the last 2 years in a place where they can get all this information in a little more detail. So I've created the Healthy Mouth Academy of how to take care of yourself and your kids from birth and beyond. It's all information that I wish I had. We'll talk about this nasal hygiene. We'll talk about the products they can use, show you pictures, things that I recommend that I've used, that I've tested, that are tried and true, and make it an easier place for you to find all this information, to have it all in one place to help you make better informed decisions. You can click below to find the link. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about that I haven't, go ahead and put it in the comments here or get a hold of me, reach out to me. I am happy to help you. Let me know what it is you'd like to know. I can make a video about it. I'd love to hear from you. The more information we can share, the better. And we can all make informed decisions, make better decisions to live happier, healthier lives. Because, for me, it all starts here. Mindset, how you breathe, what you put in your mouth. A healthy mouth is a healthy body and a happy, healthy life.